So let's talk about something that drives a lot of affiliates crazy. This whole challenge of building real, powerful partnerships. I mean, it's something so many people want, but for most, it just never happens. Let's dig into why that is.
Does this feel familiar? You know that feeling like you're just constantly running on a treadmill, creating content, managing everything, promoting it, and just hoping something finally clicks, all by yourself. It's absolutely exhausting, and trust me, you are not the only one who feels that way.
And that feeling, it leads us right into what I call the partnership paradox. See, we all know deep down that working with others could be a total game changer, right? A massive shortcut to growth. But actually doing it, it feels like trying to solve some complicated puzzle when you're not even sure you have the right pieces.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the problem. It's not about a lack of desire. The ambition is there, for sure. The problem isn't that people don't want to connect, it's that they have no idea where to even begin. That how and where is what keeps so many people completely stuck.
So let's just go ahead and tear down the biggest wall that keeps people on the sidelines. Let's talk about the big audience myth. These are those pesky, self-limiting beliefs that whisper in your ear that you're just not ready yet to reach out.
Okay, now look at this because this is so important. On the left, you've got this impossible mountain to climb. The things we think we need. A giant audience, some kind of authority status, years and years of experience. But then look at the right. The reality is so much more down to earth. It's just about finding someone with a similar audience, having products that help each other, and making sure it's a win for everybody. That's it. That's the real stuff.
And what happens when you believe in that myth on the left? Well, you wait. You put it off. You tell yourself, I'll do it when. And in the meantime, the solo grind just keeps on going, day after day. Which brings us to a major reframe. It's time to completely change how you think about your own value. This isn't a numbers game. It's not about how big your list is. It's about how well you align with the right people.
So what in the world is partnership alignment? Well, think of it like this. It's that strategic sweet spot. Let's say you've got an amazing guide on training for a marathon, and someone else sells top-of-the-line running shoes to a similar crowd. You guys aren't competitors. You're a perfect match. Your products actually make each other more valuable. That is alignment.
And this quote just nails it. That little voice in your head, the one that says you have nothing to offer, it's so common, but it's totally wrong. Your real value isn't just in your numbers. It's in finding that perfect strategic fit. It's all about the alignment.
So what's the real, tangible cost of never getting into partnerships? Well, you eventually hit a wall, a very real, very frustrating wall. I call it the solopreneur ceiling. I mean, come on, who hasn't felt this? You pour all your time and energy into creating something you're proud of. You hit publish, and crickets. It's like all that hard work just evaporates into thin air.
And that feeling isn't just in your head. It has real consequences. It feels like your growth literally resets to zero every single month. Your effort never seems to build on itself, it doesn't compound, and pretty soon, burnout just feels like a normal Tuesday. It's a perfect recipe for hitting a plateau way sooner than you should.
All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Is it some complicated new tactic? A secret email script? Nope. It's way simpler than that. It's a simple little mindset shift that honestly unlocks the entire partnership puzzle.
And here it is. This is the whole ballgame. We spend so much time and energy asking, how can I get bigger? How do I grow my own audience? But the question that actually opens all the doors is, how can I become genuinely useful to a potential partner and their audience? That one question changes everything.
Because here's the secret. When you lead with usefulness, when you show up offering to create something valuable for someone else, you're not asking for a favor anymore. You're proposing a real collaboration. And that simple shift is 1,000 times more powerful than any template you could ever find.
Now, if everything we've talked about today is clicking for you, if you're kind of nodding along thinking, yep, that's me, then there's a really simple, no-pressure way to start putting this new mindset into action. It's a resource we've put together called Profit Partnership, and it's basically your blueprint for moving from that solo grind to building a business that's powered by leverage and collaboration.
And look, we wanted to make this a complete no-brainer for you to at least check out, so you can dive in and get started for just $1 single. The whole idea here is you get to explore this new way of thinking without any risk, without any pressure. If you're ready to see what's on the other side of that solo grind, the link is right there, below this video.
And I just want to leave you with this one last idea, because it's so important. We tend to think of partnerships as some advanced strategy, something we'll get to someday when we're bigger. That is completely backwards. They aren't advanced, they're foundational. They're the things that help you grow in the first place.
So the final question is this: are you ready to stop grinding alone and finally start building your pack? Thanks so much for watching.